Happy Transformation Tuesday, everybody. Today I want to talk about one of the biggest illusions that we struggle with. That is the illusion of perfection. Perfection is the greatest illusion of all time because, wait for it, perfection doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist. Okay? You can't be perfect. I can't be perfect. But we hold that up on some pedestal, some standard, some highbrow thinking that says we have to be perfect. And because of that damaging and destructive and totally false illusion and goal, we don't allow ourselves to get started. There's so many people in this world that just don't begin a thing because they don't fully understand how they're going to finish the thing, or because they don't think it's perfect, or because they haven't gotten it perfect yet, because it isn't just right. We spend so much time tweaking and never finishing things. I learned from Tony Robbins and Russell Brunson, who's like a marketing genius, that when you want to put something out in the world, it is more important to get it done than for it to be perfect. Done, not perfect. If you have something that you're trying to do to make a positive impact on the world and you're waiting for it to be perfect or for the time to be right, then you are holding back your light. You're holding back your love, and you're holding back your impact that you could be having on the world because you're waiting for things to be perfect. You're waiting for that time to be right. Just get it done. Just let your thing be done. You can tweak and tweak and tweak as you go, but choose done over perfect. Perfection, as Tony Robbins would say, is the lowest standard. Perfection is not a high standard. It is not a high bar. It is the lowest possible standard we could have because perfection doesn't exist. Because perfection doesn't exist, we have a standard that we're working towards that is a total illusion. So when you're working towards an illusion, what are you really working towards? What standard do you really have? How about letting the standard be, is this having a positive impact? Is this bringing me joy? Does this light me up? Does this change lives? Does this make me money? All of those are standards. Those are hittable, achievable, and measurable standards. So any one of those is a standard that's better than the standard of perfection, because the standard of perfection is an illusion. You cannot hit it, it does not exist, and it will keep you stuck in the depths of fear for your entire life if you let it. On the flip side of perfection is failure. Failure is, as much as perfection, totally misunderstood. Perfection is something that we see as something we should achieve and work towards, whereas failure is something that we should avoid. We see it as something we, at all costs, don't fail. Don't get that F in school. F equals failure. And failure is bad and you won't get into college. And so because of all that programming, that mind trash, that cultural taboo, we misunderstand what failure is. Failure is the result of attempting. Failure is the result of repeated effort. Failure is the result of determination. And it's just the first result, and maybe the second, and maybe the 100th. But as I've said in previous videos, we can replace failure with a completely new F word, okay? A much less dirty F word than failure. Feedback. Feedback. Failure is feedback. When you achieve perfection, when you try to achieve perfection, when you hold perfection up as your standard, and it keeps you from ever starting, you don't get that feedback. You never get that feedback. Not from your friends, not from your family, not from your audience, not from your boss, not from your children. Whatever it is you're trying to do in the world, whoever it is you're trying to be in the world, if you're looking for perfection and it keeps you from starting, you miss the gift of feedback, which is hidden inside the gift of failure. Okay, failure is nothing to be ashamed of. Failure is a badge of honor. Entrepreneurs fail, athletes fail, celebrities fail time and time and time again, and then they achieve success. They achieve success because they fail, rework it, fail again, rework it, and finally achieve success. Jerry Seinfeld would go to coffee shops and seedy bars in New York City, and he would tell all of his first draft jokes, and he would fail miserably in those shows because he had never done these jokes in front of an audience before. But the reason he would do that is because if one joke out of 10 got a laugh, he would keep that joke and put it in his back pocket for his real show. and he would fail miserably with the other 9 jokes in front of that crowd. He would do it again the next night and again the next night until finally he had a set, until he had 10 jokes out of the 100 he tried out that people laughed at consistently. When he had those 10 jokes that people laughed at consistently, that would be his show. That is how he would make his show that would bring him success. But in order to get to that laugh-proof, hilarious set of 10 jokes, he had to fail miserably time and time and time again in seedy bars and crappy coffee shops all over New York City in order to hone his craft. So he broke past the fear of failure, he broke past the illusion of perfection, and he just went out there and did it. And that's Jerry Seinfeld. So, I mean, I think his success is undisputed. You know, whatever you want to say about his show or his comedy, if you think it's funny or not, it doesn't matter. That guy's a multimillionaire, okay? He's got some success going on. He gets to do what he wants to do in his life. He gets to spend time how he wants to spend his time. What is your definition of success? It doesn't have to be about money, but hopefully it's something about your state of being and about joy and peace. And in order to achieve that, you have to know that you're giving your all every day. Trying our best leads to those peaceful state of beings more than trying to achieve some illusion of perfection. We need permission to start what we want to do. It doesn't need to be polished. Let's take permission over polish. Let's just give ourselves permission to get started. I am in a basement right now, and behind these curtains is a pile of junk that my family stores there, okay? That's not polished. I'm just giving myself permission where I am now to get started and do what I want to do, which is to speak publicly, which is to explain stuff to people, and which is to hopefully inspire and put light bulbs in people's minds and get my message out there. I'm doing that in an imperfect way because perfection is BS, okay? And I want to give you permission to do that too. Whatever it is that you've been trying to start, that you've been trying to achieve, whatever new identity you want to step into, just do it. Just get started. There's nobody stopping you but you, okay? There are 5 steps you can put into place. These are the 5 steps that lead to success. The first one is to imagine. Imagine what it is you want. Imagine what your end goal is, and use your senses to fully activate that imagination. What does it smell like when you're there? What does it taste like when you're there? What does it feel like? What is the temperature? What do you see? What do you hear? Fully get into your imagination about what it would be like if you were that thing that you've been striving to be or trying to be or too scared to even start being. Activate your imagination. Step 2, try. Just put some steps out there, some small steps. Imperfect action, as Dean Graziosi would say. Just try. Just try. Step 3 is to fail. So failing isn't some incidental part of the process. Oops, I failed, now I got to get back on track. Step 3 is failing. It's one of the steps. It's on purpose. You just fail. It's okay. Don't let it shock you that you failed. Failing is step 3. You can't skip step 3. Okay, so imagine, try, fail, and then step 4 is to repeat. So you're going to fail again and again and again and again and again, but it's nothing to be scared of. It's only in your mind that it's scary. People are so self-absorbed right now on the planet, they are not watching you fail and laughing. They're scared of their own failure, so let that be a comfort to you, okay? Just get out there and do it. Have whatever kind of impact you're trying to have, be whatever kind of person you're trying to be, and do the things that bring you joy, okay? Imagine, try, fail, repeat. Imagine, try, fail, repeat. Imagine, try, fail, repeat. Eventually, you get to step 5, which is that you succeed. You succeed. You succeed at whatever your goal is, whatever you're trying to do, whatever success looks like for you. Success could be passive income. Success could be a happy relationship. It could be happy children. It could be $1 billion. There's no limit. Your imagination can take you anywhere you want to go. Anywhere you want to go, okay? But not if you live under the tyranny of this illusion of perfection and it keeps you from ever engaging your imagination fully and ever trying and ever failing. Imagine, try, fail, repeat. Imagine, try, fail, repeat. Okay? So whatever it is for you, get started this week. Let me know in the comments what's been holding you back and the baby steps that you're going to take to break through and break that barrier. I love you, I trust you, humanity, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.